I was on the outside looking, stirring up the pot too hot what I'm cooking. Out back trying to get in until I realize I don't even think I fit in. Already got what it takes, got options, so can't nobody stop me today. Turning the keys to the safe, pushing through the gate, now I'm seizing the day. Grind it, I'ma put the time in, diamond, go and turn it up till I'm shining. Wildin', breakneck speed when I'm driving, silence. I'm just trying to check the mileage. Now I'm blowing up like a pilot. Houston, I don't think they used to the problem. I got a boost in the crowd, get loud now. Yeah, I'm coming down and get ready or not. I'm coming in hot. If you ready or not. I'm coming in hot. Are you ready? Ready? Coming in hot. If you ready or not. If you ready or not. If you ready or not. I'm coming in hot. If you ready or not. Guess who came with the danger? Look at how far we came up. Worlds apart, we like strangers. Bet they wish they could change us. Don't hold your breath, I've been waiting for this moment. Behold the best. Kept secret in the world, we control the steps. We waited for our time, now we are the great. This is how you overcome. Never quit, get until it's overdone. Where they at, I feel like I'm the only one. Passion, hold on out, cause we just begun. It's my time, the breaks off. High ground, take off. Shake off, wake off.
Let's see. How you doing, sir?
It's another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise. Well, it says we only got one watching. I'm pretty sure some people dipped out because they thought I was going to run that big long ass timer for 5 minutes, but I wasn't. That was just to kill time for a minute.
It wasn't showing up on my screen for some reason.
The timer?
Yeah. So that this video could not be played on your browser or whatnot.
That's odd. Let's see. How many we got watching over here? Go ahead and give me a howdy do over here in the chat. How's it going, Dave? I left for a second because of the timer. That's what I said. People probably left because of that fucking timer. They thought I was going to run that one motherfucker for the whole 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and go alert them in the, just in case they don't know. I really rather do this to a bigger audience than one person, 2 people.
Definitely some things about to be said that need to be heard.
Yeah. See Nick's down here. What's up, Saw? Sorry, of course, I go to do something and my phone blows up about the fucking NCAA tournament. Justin Hicks has the worst timing about messaging me. Every time I'm live, that motherfucker sends me a message. I swear to God, dude, it's like clockwork. He does it every fucking time we have a show and everything. He sends me a message every time I'm live. All right, we have, it says 5 people. I don't know if that's how many is actually watching, but we're going to go ahead and move this along. You want to start this or you want me to start this?
Are you smoking? What is that? Is this brought you back to that?
It's not a cigarette, brother.
All right, just making sure. Sounds like it's something good. All right. So where do we even start? Let's start from the beginning. Let's do that.
How far from the beginning?
We're going to start from the beginning.
Beginning of Revolution and how they were built, or are we starting at the beginning of when all this drama blew up?
No, we're going to start from Revolution's beginning.
Good, because I think some people need a really good history lesson. I think
they do.
We have plenty of people around that was not around a couple of years ago when we started, and I think it's only fair that we give them a history lesson of where Revolution came from. Then maybe this will also help the stance on what we're going to talk about here a little bit later. So,
I agree. So, Revolution. A lot of us, myself and Tommy included, and honestly, a lot of guys who are still with us, a lot of guys who are no longer with us, who were with us in the beginning, all came from another promo group. And at this point, we're not gonna hide names or anything like that anymore at this point, and we're gonna try to be as respectful as possible.
We're going to try to be as respectful as possible, but also know we're going to be very, very blunt on our story and our decisions that we made, and it may ass hurt a few people. And if that results in that, I'm sorry, but we're standing our ground on where we're standing. So go ahead, Patrick.
Tommy and Patrick have always been honest and straight up with everyone. That's who we are. We are the two most straight up people you can possibly find.
Sometimes a little too straight up.
Sometimes, and it's cost us sometimes too, but that's just who we are. And honestly, I would rather somebody be straight up and honest with me than beat around the bush or bullshit or sugarcoat things. Just come at me. Just come at me. Tommy, Patrick, and a lot of other guys all came from another promo group, Voice of Honor, VOH. We all started in VOH. A lot of us met in VOH. Honestly, a lot of us had a lot of great times in VOH.
I agree with that.
If it wasn't for VOH, a lot of us not only would not know each other, Revolution itself probably wouldn't be here. Tommy and Patrick probably would have never met. Tommy probably would not even be a father today had it not been for VOH.
Very true. I met my old lady in VOH. That's how me and Missy met.
Respect is given where respect is due. However, unfortunately, things turned sour with us in VOH. I don't want to get into the specifics on what happened because it's really at this point doesn't matter because that was years ago.
And it would take us 2 days to explain everything, what led up to it and what exploded. But I can tell you, it wasn't nothing nice. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, there was a number of and it wasn't just one thing. There was a number of things that happened. It was kind of the perfect storm, if you will, that eventually led to Tommy branching off and creating Revolution. It wasn't Tommy and Patrick creating Revolution. It was Tommy that created Revolution. It wasn't long after, though, that Patrick went with Tommy. Again, not getting into the specific of things, but that's what happened. Leaving VOH left a bad taste in Tommy and Patrick's mouth. It left a bad taste in a lot of guys' mouth because a lot of guys came over with us. And over the course of the Revolution's time period, a lot of more guys joined because, again, of that bad taste. It wasn't just Tommy and Patrick that were disgruntled. It was a number of guys who had similar issues. Our issues with VOH have really kind of, if anything, kind of helped a lot of us get closer together because of something we kind of bonded over. With that being said, Revolution was created to be a promo place made by promo stars for promo stars. We wanted to give everyone another place, another option to safely go and promo someplace and have fun.
Built on promo unity. Let me say that one more time because that name has been tossed around all day yesterday in my inbox from quote unquote people who think they know what Revolution fucking stands for and what we built our pillars on here. And it was promo unity. Let me make this very, very clear for some of you who don't know, not to get Patrick off subject and not to toot our own horn, but I have to because it was us who started promo unity. That was us that started building bridges and reaching out to other fucking groups. Okay. Let's go ahead and be really, really honest and blunt about that. And for anyone to sit on their fucking mountaintop and behind in their group, in their chats and point their finger down at us like we're fucking sorry ass pieces of shit because we don't fall into this category with this one group that we don't want to fucking work with. Remember who started Promo Unity before you even fucking existed. We were reaching out across the aisles and making relationships because we came from a place that told us that we could not do that. We was not allowed. If you did, you were buried so fucking deep that your career would never, ever fucking recover if you even thought about stepping outside those hymns. Those same people had this same rule about working with this fucking group, even without us. Just make that clear. Just make that
Very
clear.
true. Very, very true. Revolution was built on Promo Unity. And honestly, it worked in some cases. In other cases, it kind of came back and shot us in the ass.
It did.
We made some enemies along the way, unfortunately, which is really funny and kind of idiotic to think about, that a hobby of a bunch of grown men pretending to be somebody that they're not can have enemies in across the world, not even just, in your own city, town, across the world, that you can have enemies with, that you've never met these, and you'll never meet these people, but they're considered your enemies. And it's really sad and silly to think about, but unfortunately, that's just the realistic nature of this hobby. It's just something that you kind of have to grow to accept.
I think where they get confused is they think that we are enemies to a brand. No. I'm enemies to the people in that brand that try to tear us down for 2 years. I just don't understand how someone don't understand our stance on this. Now, I understand. Go ahead, Pat, because I'll get to ranting. Let me not get off on a fucking rant.
I know you will. And the thing is, it's not just VOH. Like I said, there are other groups out there that we just don't do business with. And ultimately, that's what this comes down to. Revolution has a major rule, and that is we will not do business with VOH. We will not do anything associated with VOH.
It's been a rule since day fucking one. It's our number one rule. We don't work with VOH.
And it's not just Patrick and Tommy. There are multiple people within this group who insist on that rule. It's not just something for Patrick and Tommy to be like, haha, we're not working with you. There's other people who don't want to do it. So we've adapted this rule. We won't be associated with VOH. We don't want to work with VOH, and we will not associate with those who do.
I really hate when y'all don't have y'all's fucking. I don't even know who this is. And I'm sorry I got to rant. I don't know where this plugs into which part.
So bottom line is that's been a rule of Revolution since day one. Now, that being said, I'm going to be very honest with everybody here. Over the course of, what has it been, almost 2 years? 2 years now. It's been a while since Revolution's been around. Our issues with VOH have really tampered down, because at this point we're doing our own thing. VOH is doing their own thing. We don't really care about them. Honestly, I would imagine that they really don't care about us. I've actually been reached out to. I know Tommy hasn't, but I personally have been reached out by multiple members, high up members of VOH, who have extended an olive branch, who've tried to apologize for things that have gone down. I personally have even talked to Chris Nichols a handful of times, as recently as a week or two ago, occasionally from time to time. It's true. It's true. Will we ever be as close as we once were? Who knows? Probably not. But the one thing I can promise you is that, at least for now, Revolution will not have a working relationship with VOH. Just out of a mutual respect thing, it's just not going to happen. And again, it's not because Tommy's pissed off at them. It's not just because Patrick's pissed off at them. There have been a lot of things that have happened over the course of 2 years that we just, it is what it is. And
one thing you can point out is, as we said, we're not going to break down into reasons why we beef with VOH over these past couple of years. But if you go back and you look at our history, if you got the time and you want to do it just so you can say, okay, Tommy, you were right. Revolution took the high road, guys, for many fucking years. For almost 2 years, we took the high road while these groups try to fucking bury us.
Groups, not just VOH, but there's multiple groups.
Multiple groups that have tried to bury us, want us to fucking die and roll over. Sorry, guys. There's no way in hell that you're going to convince me that I'm in the wrong about the fact that me and Patrick has put something together. We took our balls from VOH and left, went and did our own thing, went and built our own fucking group and our own circle of fucking people, basically. is what we did. I was with Pinfall at the fucking time. We did something totally different that didn't relate to fucking VOH. Stepped completely out of the bounces of anything that VOH was willing to do because they didn't want to hear anybody else's side of creativity, whatever the fucking case may be. But at the end of the fucking day, we did this and went hundreds of miles away from VOH for a fucking reason and worked 2 years to keep these poisonous people that are involved in this group out of our circle. So you're telling me that somehow it's okay for me to go somewhere, build my own shit, build my own bridges with other fucking groups, and then this group gets to walk in and work with the fucking guys that I've reached out and built fucking relationships with for month on month on month on end? That's been us that's been putting in work with motherfuckers, not them. That was the whole point of us building any kind of bridge with Elite Marks, FTW, or who is now no longer in our circle, WGP. That was us that built those fucking bridges. And for anyone that's supposedly our allies, our brothers, to open the door to this fucking people that has tried to bury us for 2 years before we even had a working relationship. But for some reason, people can't understand why we're aggravated about it and why we're putting our foot down about it. Has to be, man. Has to be. Listen, I know it's hobbies. I know it's fun. And people, I know we got people in the locker room that look at it like, well, I just look at this as a hobby and I want everyone to get along and all that kind of stuff. I'm with you. I want that too. We asked for that 2 years ago with VOH. They refuse to let us have that piece. They sent everyone from Mose to Chris Iser to whoever the fuck they could send in our groups to try to toss our group upside down and bury what I'm busting my ass in my time that I take away from my family to build a fucking brand of promos to keep it 100% drama free. And
all the rumors and everything that they were throwing out there about how our matches were rigged and we were only letting certain people win, and just all the undermining and undercutting and all the little snide comments and little jabs and just everything that they were doing. And again, not just VOH, other groups as well were doing to us while we were busting our ass trying to give a place for you guys to have fun.
To be clear, no shade thrown at the point that Skeletons buried business is business. Yeah, Brandon Wiley, clear fucking example. Some of this is history that people don't know, but it's hurtful. I'll be honest with you. Tommy got his feelings hurt yesterday. And I got my feelings hurt, not because I think, oh, I'm TDC, I'm the baddest motherfucker in the promo world, and the promo world should kneel before me. Because that's what Tommy was made out to be yesterday. Before me and Patrick even could get everything in order and sit down and realize what was going on and why this was going on and why we were left on hold for 9 hours to our brothers across the river named FTW. Yes, I'm calling your asses out live on my show. Y'all left us hanging for 9 hours yesterday with me and Patrick in a fucking frantic, and no one cared why we were pissed. No one cared what our issue was. It was Big Bad Revolution and Big Bad Tommy trying to bring the thunder down on everybody and stop them working together. Here's some reality for y'all. If it's not for Revolution, y'all don't even fucking know each other. That's some real truth for that ass. That's our bridges that you walked across to handshake between each other. And let's call out another group, HSP, who came to our door knocking because VOH shit in your fucking mouth. And you came to us begging. You want the fucking messages to prove it? Begging to work with us because you have yet got your foot in the promo door. It was Revolution that opened the fucking door for you to have this other talent that's in your fucking locker room. That's us that's been sharing our fucking talent with you. And now all of a sudden you're going around bumping them fucking guns behind closed doors about how Big Bad Revolution don't want no one to work with no one. No, we have shitty people who are shitty human beings that me and Patrick and our group of guys fucking refuse to work with. There's a line, guys. There's a line. Once you cross over it and you start making up false claims and spreading false rumors on my superstars of them taking shits on belts and spreading semen on them and sending them back, Well, let me tell you, brother, that's when it becomes real fucking personal. And then when you turn around and take a working relationship that's been working fine for 5 or 6 months, and you throw that relationship out the door and call us ego fucking tistic over it, I find it humorous. I find that very fucking humorous. Very humorous, because Revolution's been nothing good to the promo world. We've been great to everyone that's worked with us. The moment you fuck us, you're our enemy. Let me go ahead and just say that. And we're not going to associate with you and anyone else that you fucking work with. That's how it's going to go. You want us some truth for your asses? Fuck all that behind the door closed, bumping you fucking gums. Tommy will tell you straight out, and this has always been my downfall in Revolution, because I'm not fucking fake. I tell you how it is to your motherfucking face. I'm not fake with gimmicks, and I don't come in to do cross promotions with people to try to steal your fucking talent and double behind your fucking back. That's who Tommy really fucking is. Let's go ahead and get that fucking straight.
That's the biggest difference between us and all these other groups. You know, it's like HSP was created because they were pissed at VOH. Like you said, there was all that shit talking going on about VOH, but now all of a sudden, well, hey, we're gonna try to work with VOH. We're gonna work with these groups. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that.
And be honest with you, me and Patrick told Cap from day fucking one, we don't associate with fucking groups that work with VOH. Oh, that's cool. Fuck Chris Nichols. We got the fucking messages to prove it, Cap. Why you're going around running your fucking mouth? You were anti-VOH. WGP built their whole fucking place on the Badass Club, who was anti-VOH. Could not stand Chris Nichols and anything that VOH represented. Now they're going to work with them? That sounds like a clear cut of just trying to team up and saying fuck Revolution and then calling us the fucking bad guys when we actually stand for our morals. I don't fucking work with people just to get numbers on my fucking roster. I don't give a damn if we get down to 6 fucking people. Me and Patrick put in our time before to build. We'll put in our time again to rebuild the motherfucker. But at least we're real. I'm honest about where I fucking stand on shit. And so was fucking Patrick. And if you can't understand that we got some kind of fucking morals when it comes to people who have spread bullshit rumors and try to bury people over what y'all are calling a hobby, maybe some people need to take a long look in that fucking mirror before they keep pointing that finger down at Revolution. A long fucking look.
If the problem is a lot of these groups have this mentality where, well, it didn't happen to me, so I don't care. Whereas you and I, we look at everyone who's under our umbrella as our family. These are our brothers. If you hurt my brother, you may as well have just hurt me as well. Because that's as far as I'm concerned. Now you've made an enemy out of me. Even though you may have not have done it to me directly, if you did it to my brother, that's all that matters. We're done. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of these groups don't realize, is that I thought, at least as far as FTW goes, we were brothers. Like you said, we've been working great with them. We've sent them talent. They sent us a couple of guys. We've sent them a lot of talent. We helped them get the belts that they currently own.
One of our talent helped them pay for their belt, not to throw that personal information out there, but it is. Our guys have helped their guys, and their guys have helped us.
And because one group that we will not do business with, and we've made that clear since day one, we will not do business. And it's not like we're out here sitting here just constantly shit-talking VOH and bashing VOH. Ed, who is the general manager of VOH, he is a brother of mine. He is a very close friend with us. He's been with us since day one. He's been supporting us too, but he also supports VOH. And him and I had a conversation this morning, and the same thing. Ed, you keep doing your thing. Ed is trying his best to change the overall image of VOH, and more power to him. More power to Ed.
And I personally, we do not have a personal issue with Ed. This is where people do not understand how the line goes. We do not have the personal issue with Ed. It's what VOH has always stand for. Ed's the general manager. That's it. You know.
So you know, for people to sit there and say, well, they didn't do it to us. You know, who are you to tell us who we can and can't work with? Fine. That's perfectly fine. If you want to go work with them, you go do it. All Revolution said was, we are not going to be associated with them or anybody who is associated with them. Plain and simple. Tommy and Patrick did not go out. We have not. This is our first official announcement on any of it. We haven't said anything to anybody. We just said we're not working with anybody who's working with them. What do they go out and do?
Mind you, all day yesterday, the motherfucking chatter going like this between people hitting up my fucking talent and people sending out other messages to my fucking talent. Now, one of these fucking owners tried to come with me and try to squash whatever kind of beef is going on.
Your microphone's messing up again.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, just you sound distorted.
But no one reached out trying to squash any kind of beef. It was instantly everybody ran and made up their own conclusions what they're going to do. Oh, fuck, Tommy's pulling his champions. Oh, fuck, no one can promo in other places. They're going to have to be exclusive to Revolution. No one even really fucking knew what the fuck we were doing yet. But all y'all had this shit fucking figured out what our decision was and what decision was that me and Patrick had came to. Y'all don't know what we were going to fucking do. Whether I'm reading paragraphs on one page that's basically calling us out and so since didn't message me personally and say, hey, man, what's the issue? But people's posting shit on their page. They're posting shit in their chat, telling fucking talent to send it to me. Send it to this motherfucker. Because they're over renting fucking Raven because we tell these people, everyone knows. WGP has known. HSP has known. Elite Marks knows. We do not work in circles with Voice of fucking Honor. It's our number one fucking rule. They don't want to hear that.
It's how we keep the drama away. We don't work with them. They don't work with us. We don't talk about them. They don't talk about us. It's how we keep the drama away from both groups. It benefits both groups, not just us. We just stay away from each other.
Point out what we're talking about. Our problem is not with Edward. It's some of the people that's in with Voice of Honor. Those people are still very anti-revolution. Go talk to them. They'll let you know really fucking fast, fuck Tommy and fuck Patrick and fuck Revolution. That's why they're not around here no more. Half of these motherfuckers that are off in their fucking space, these instigators, we know who the fuck you are. You might as well go ahead and leave my page because after we're done with this live, I'm going to remove your ass anyway. Vince Kane is one of those instigators that's been fucking removed. You know, it was very, very fucking clear why Tommy and Revolution and Patrick left and split from WGP. Some of you didn't get that fucking message, I don't think. And it went over some of you fucking heads. Tommy and Patrick still didn't say nothing. We didn't tell no groups not to work with HSP. After Cap told us, well, I don't know. I think VOH has changed and I'm going to give them a shot and blah, 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 blah. That's on Cap. But we told him that we was not going to have a working relationship with him no more. He didn't care until we just put our foot down again and said, no, well, if that's the case, then we're pulling A-list Alverson. That we can't have our champions over associating with VOH. My world champion's not going to be on a fucking poster with VOH. It's not going to fucking happen. It's just not.
Isn't it funny how we said that we're not going to be working with these groups? And the first thing that these groups do, instead of reaching out to us as owners, owner to owner, they reach out to our roster. To our roster, to our guys.
Our roster.
The guys that we worked hard to go get.
On your shit to begin with if we didn't build the fucking bridges for you to know about them. Our roster. That was motherfucking Josh Steele and motherfucking Jay Briggy that worked for Revolution. Tommy and Patrick that was out building these fucking bridges with teams like FTW and some of these other guys. Y'all wouldn't even fucking know about some of these other superstars like an A-list Alverson or a Harry or a Big Sweet or a Little Sweet. You guys wouldn't even know about those guys. But you didn't reach out to Tommy and Patrick when you knew there was a fucking issue yesterday. You reached out to my roster trying to get in the ear of my fucking talent. I take that as a personal fucking slap in my goddamn face. Or you lie to me and tell me you're busy all fucking day while you're calling my fucking talent behind my back. Yeah, I know about that. All about it. All the fucking about it.
At the end of the day, Tommy and myself, we don't want people to be exclusive. That's not what we created Revolution for. We created Revolution for people to go out there and be free and have fun, do what they want. The only thing that we're saying is that Patrick and Tommy in our brand, Revolution, the brand that everyone here has helped create, will not be associated with certain groups, one of those groups being VOH. Now, we can't control what everybody else does. Everybody else wants to go out and do whatever. That's on them. That's on them. Don't come back to us if one of these other groups fucks you over, though.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're here to tell you is that's what happened to us.
Stop. Some of these same fucking dudes that's in and out of our fucking group 3 or 4 fucking times and bouncing from here to bouncing to over there, that's coming to a halt today. If you're not currently in my fucking locker room, you're not welcome back. Not if you've already been over here and we didn't have an issue 2 or 3 times and you have fucking left. You're not. I don't care. Let me go ahead and make this very perfectly clear. Me and Patrick, as much as we don't want it to happen, we've had long discussions between me and Patrick, our admin team. We know that we might suffer a loss on our roster.
Oh, it's going to happen.
We know.
It's going to happen.
Because people are like that, and there has been a line drawn in the fucking sand. You damn right. What could have been fixed a lot yesterday went out the window when people started being shady behind our fucking back. After months and months and months of us working together and helping getting their groups over. A lot of that went out the window. The chatter behind the closed doors, the posting to their page, all that kind of shit. Not one person reached out and tried to fix a fucking issue with us. Because, that's right. Because it's time to team up and take Revolution out. That's not going to happen, guys. Don't live in that stupid, hateful world because it's not going to happen. E-Fed groups ain't going anywhere. You're always going to have a group of guys that's going to play in one certain type of E-Fed. You ain't no one putting no one out of fucking business. Ain't no one getting on TV and making $3,000 to stay in your mom's basements and cut fucking promos. Stop living in a fucking fantasy world. We're all grown-ass men. At least these 2 grown-ass men are straight up about what we're doing. These 2 grown-ass men tell you straight up from the fucking start of what we stand for and who we do not work with. It's not a revolving door of fucking bullshit and people that come in and out of our fucking in and out of Revolution's life anymore. There's been a lot of groups that has benefited off us, and not just promo groups. I'm talking about like Pinfall. I'll call them out too. Them motherfuckers rode our ass for fucking 6 months getting our fucking views, riding us and not doing the goddamn thing for us. That's why we cut that fucking bait loose.
Here's the thing about Unity. Promo Unity wasn't just about building bridges and working with other groups. It was also about holding groups and promo stars accountable for your actions. If you fuck over one promo group, you don't just to bounce to another promo group and think everything's going to be hunky-dory. If you screw over one group, then you screwed over everybody. It was about holding people and other groups themselves accountable. The same goes for other groups. If another group has fucked up and messed around and messed up with a lot of people and hurt a lot of people, that group itself needs to be held accountable. Plain and simple. And that's what Revolution is trying to do. We're just trying to hold other groups accountable. Is VOH today the same as it was when we left VOH? I don't know. It may not be. With Ed being in charge, it may not be. I don't know. But the point is that bridge had been burned, and we're not going to work with them. We're holding them accountable for what happened when we were associated with them. Because here's the thing. If we associate with a group, let's just call it ABC group, and we come to find out that ABC group is a bunch of child molesting murderers, we should be held responsible too because we're associated with that group. We're doing business with that group. We're just as responsible as they are, if nothing else. We're just trying to be very careful and selective to who we do business with, who we associate with, because we are trying to hold people accountable and promo stars and groups for their actions. That's what Promo Unity is about. It's not just about trying to grow and have as many numbers and people as possible for all of your 20 people that's actually going to watch the page. Because just because you have 1,000 members on your page or whatever doesn't mean you have 1,000 people watching your promos. The amount of people watching your promos are the amount of people who are promoting.
Quit lying to motherfuckers and telling them that they are, because that's a bunch of bullshit.
Revolution has about 20 people or so on our roster. You know how many people are watching our promos? Probably about 15. This isn't even the full 20 people. That's just how it is. I don't care. Just because you have 1,000 people on your page doesn't mean people are watching that shit. You might have a couple, but that's about it.
Yep.
Point is it's about holding people accountable. And that's what Revolution's doing. We're not backing down from our morals. If you fuck over my brother, if you fuck over me, that's it. Plain and simple. And this whole mentality of, well, they didn't do it to me, so they're fine on my books. Fine. So be it.
Fine.
So be it.
That's fine. More power to you. But I have a fucking conscience. I don't live that way. Just not who I am. I have some kind of fucking morals I stand on as far as that goes. I'm not going to work with a piece of shit. Straight out.
We will support our roster. We will support the people who support us. Guys like Big Sweets, guys like Josh Steele, Jay Briggy, those who've worked hard and supported us and backed us up.
Elite Marks.
Elite Marks. Elite Marks has been a very big supporter of us.
Who has also mentioned they are not working with VOH or groups that are working with VOH anymore. So
and you know what's funny is Elite Marks had nothing to do with VOH. They had nothing to do. They don't have a history with them. VOH has never screwed Elite Marks. But again, our rule since day one with every single group we've worked with, hey, just so you know, we don't work with this group and we don't associate with those who do. Plain and simple. Keep the drama as far away as possible. I think
there's only, think about it, there's like 8 billion fucking E-Feds and there's like 2 on our list that we don't fucking work with. Well, now 4. Because WGP and HSP is on that fucking list. Well, and FTW, they made their choice yesterday. Very, very clear. They told us their look on it. I'm not going to sit here and dog FTW because I'm hurt by what happened with FTW. I feel that Haywood was my fucking brother. I feel that us and fucking, Taylor and all of us guys, we were fucking tied. We got left on hold yesterday. I just got to be real. That's what
9
happened.
hours.
9 hours. No one reached out and said fucking jack to us after all the fucking work and help that we gave FTW.
And not 9 hours because they were busy. 9 hours because they were busy reaching out to our roster.
It's bullshit. Straight up bullshit. And somehow we got venomized yesterday as the fucking bad guys. We're the biggest piece of shits in the E-Fed world because Tommy's on his fucking island over here fucking trying to, dude, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You've been in existence for like fucking 4 months. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. The same dude that came to me and couldn't stand Chris Nichols, couldn't stand VOH. I mean, I got 2 days of shit talking on my fucking phone with this motherfucker buried VOH to us for 2 days. Now that I look at it, it was just a reason for him to get his fucking foot in the door and still try to steal some of our fucking talent.
Or these groups going around telling them that you and I are putting on mandates where they can't go anywhere else. We never said that. We've never made any announcement saying that.
Never said that.
That's what they're going out telling people.
The only conversation that come up yesterday, I got the message, if you want to hear it, was the message that I sent to Hollywood Haywood, where I was pissed off and I said, what if I started pulling my fucking champions back? What if I was to say my guys couldn't fucking promo over there anymore? Tommy never said he was going to put restrictions on any fucking body. So someone took that, spun it around, and put that E-Fed bullshit spin on it that goes around in the E-Fed world and took it for what they wanted to take it for. Instead of reaching out to Tommy and saying, Tommy, dude, what the fuck is going on? Are you going to really tell us? I take that back. There was one person that did reach out, and that was John. John messaged us last night and was like, hey, man, please don't make me choose like between E-Feds if I was to win the Outbreak Championship. Don't make me choose because I'm having too much fun. Sorry, John. That's just not – sorry. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but that's the fucking reality of it. There's not going to be a group that sits over and shits on us and then works with other people that shits on us and thinks that we're just going to sit over here and keep hushed about it and we're not going to do nothing about it. We're not going to try to put some kind of restriction with our guys. Why should I share my talent with groups that are shitting on us? That makes like no fucking sense whatsoever.
And the thing is like, it's a phrase that I think about often is when somebody comes to you and says, if I were to come to you, Tommy, and I were to say, hey, so-and-so was talking shit about you, your response should be, well, why did they feel comfortable enough to tell you and talk shit, come to you and talk shit about me? You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to be a part of a group? Why would you even want to associate with a group if they're talking shit about somebody that you call a brother? If you guys really feel like Tommy, Patrick, and everybody else here, and everything in Revolution that we have all built, every single member of our roster and our admin team who helped build Revolution and make it what it is today, because it has not been just Tommy and Patrick who've built this place.
No,
it is not. Why would you want to be anywhere where those people will talk shit about what you have built? Are they talking shit about you directly? You personally? No, maybe not. But they're talking about someone that you consider a brother. Like, if someone was sitting there talking shit about my brother, my wife, I'm not going to go be friends with them. I'm not going to go hang out with them and say, oh, well, they're not talking about me, so that's my wife's problem. No, if you're talking about someone that I care about, that I love, that I have spent years building a relationship with, I'm not going to be associated with you. I don't want anything to do with you. Fuck you. That's what a friend is. That's what a real friend is. I don't know. Maybe we just have too high expectations. Like we've been nothing but real, 100% all the damn time. Sometimes it's cost us. Sometimes we've lost friends because of it. Maybe we just expect too much out of people. I don't know.
And I mean, I think that's where I was personally hurt yesterday. I didn't say nothing. I reached out to a few people, talked to a few people. We talked to a couple of people in Crossing. I didn't reach out to no one else's locker room I didn't reach out to Mr. Wallace. I didn't reach out to Mad King. I didn't reach out to fucking Carnell or any of those other dudes. I didn't run over to fucking HSP and reach out to Storyteller or any of those motherfuckers and say, hey, let me tell you what this is going on and blah, 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 blah. The conversations that went on yesterday went on between owners and owners alone. Next thing I knew, half the roster is messaging me with messages and everything else. So you tell me who's the real shit spinner here. Who's the real shit starter? Who's really being the stab in the back and being the motherfucker here? As I said, if our relationship working together, and this is exactly what I told these groups, and I made the same fucking message. I sent it to Elite Marks, and Trey can send it to you too. I put an ultimatum down with Elite Marks also. It was not just FTW. I said, and it really wasn't an ultimatum. It's just the same rule that we've always had. And I told Trey straight out. I said, if y'all are going to work with VOH or you're going to work with these other groups after we're about to put our major proverbial foot down because we are fucking sick and tired of it, we're going to have to cut Elite Marks out of our fucking circle also. And Revolution would just be alone.
Which is fine.
And I even told Trey that. I said, you don't have to follow our footsteps. You're not obligated in any kind of way. But Trey followed suit and understood that you got to have some kind of fucking morals, guys, about certain groups that you fucking work with. Just sorry. That is just how I feel as an owner. It's how Chris feels as an owner. It's how motherfucking Trey feels as an owner. If FTW and WGP and HSP and if they don't want to feel that way, that's fine. That's fine. But you could have let me know yesterday about 6 or 7 hours earlier and not kept me stringing along all fucking day while you're messaging my talent. Just saying, man. Just saying. That was pretty fucking disrespectful on all kinds of fucking levels. And, and here's the thing. If they would have just came to us and just been like, hey, guys, we can't go along with that. Maybe it's just best we go our separate ways. Sure. Guess what? It would have fucking ended right then. That would have been the end of all call, and we would have figured something out, and we would have got our talent all together and been like, hey, guys, it's just not working out, and we can go our separate ways. But that's not what was done yesterday. I got rumors spread about me all kinds of ways yesterday. Motherfuckers, I know. You bump your gums, you know they're going to fucking send it to me. That's why you were bumping your fucking gums. And I just find it hilarious. You're all calling it a hobby, but yet you're out here spreading bullshit that you don't even know that's fucking true, and you're messaging and double backing and double backstabbing. That's pretty fucked up. I think Revolution never even stepped in and said anything about FTW working with WGP or HSP after we had stopped our working relationship with both of them.
We stopped working with HSP a long time ago.
A long time ago. And
WGP didn't say shit to anybody.
Didn't say shit to no one. But there's one group that we won't tolerate, and that's VOH. Two. Them and fucking PPL for fucking Chris Iser's group and them bunch of jackaloons over there.
There's also the one that Kaylee was a part of who, was talking shit about me and you after she left Revolution and WGP, who's now back in WGP as well.
Whoa, what about that? The shit stirrers always fucking stay together, don't they? We waste almost a year of our fucking life running all these fucking shit motherfuckers out of WGP and keeping them away to help protect WGP, a brand that wasn't even ours. We leave, they shit on it more than and allow all these motherfuckers to come right back through the door. That's why I don't understand what y'all are not. So, and the bad thing about all of it is I have to be honest. FTW don't even realize they're shooting their own self in their own foot because of the people that they're working with. These are the same group of people that has broke up, been back together, broke up, been back together, broke up, been back together, broke up, and been back together. It's a completely revolving fucking whirlwind of fucking drama and shitstorm. That's why we don't fucking work with them. Me and Patrick's been in a promo game for what, 6 years we've been doing this? 5, 6 fucking years? There's a reason that we're making such a fucking stance and breaking friendships and making guys almost have to choose. You know how much it breaks my heart to have to look at someone who's busted their ass to win a fucking title like Stump, now who's not even probably going to be a tag team champion because we had to draw lines in the sand because the brothers that's been working with us all this fucking time don't understand where we're coming from and don't give a fuck.
So they don't understand. They don't care.
They just don't care. They made that very fucking clear to us yesterday. They don't care. Made it very clear with the post that was put on their page earlier. They don't care. They're built to work with people. That's all that fucking matters. Fuck past working relationships. Fuck all that. That goes out the door the moment that someone comes along and says, hey, come work with us. We just shit in your brother's mouth over there, but come work with us. And we're just supposed to go, oh, okay. Go ahead. Ain't no problem. That's ridiculous to ask of us. Fucking ridiculous. One group that you've never worked with, never had something to do with, it's worth getting into all this fucking goddamn breaking up over. I guess so, huh? Because that's what's fucking happening. Revolution no longer has a working relationship with FTW. They no longer have a working relationship with WGP or HSP. Let me make that very fucking clear. If you are a champion and you are working in these places and you do not like the rules that we are setting down, I'm going to need you to go ahead and send those titles right back to Mr. Chris Champion. It's unfortunate that it fucking happened that way. That's the way it's going down. And like I said, if anything, we was really willing to sit down and work some shit out yesterday. No one wanted to fucking work anything out with us. They just wanted to go around spreading rumors and bullshit about me and Patrick and about Revolution, what we were doing. I find it very hurtful. Very hurtful. But you know what? I want to thank you because now you saved me the fucking trouble of dealing with you another 6 or 7 months from now when you would end up probably stabbing me in the fucking back anyway over some other bullshit. I mean, thank you. Thank you.
Revolution was started with 2 or 3 people. At this point, we have more than 2 or 3 people. But even if we just had 2 or 3 people, we can rebuild. We'll come back. We'll grow back stronger. And hopefully we'll, just keep taking these lessons learned. Lessons learned.
Yep, it is what it is.
We'll make this very, very clear to everyone who's watching. We will not associate with any group who wants to tear us or our members, brothers, family down. If your goal is to tear down Revolution, if your goal had been to tear down Revolution, if your actions in the past have been negative towards Revolution, we will not work with you or anyone associated with you. And if you're willing to work with someone who's willing to hurt your brother, then you really need to look in the mirror and question your own self-worth.
Yeah. I mean, I seen what was the comment that was made. It's just fucking silly. It is silly that there's no fucking loyalty in this shit. No loyalty amongst people that's been working to fucking together. Zero. Soon as something comes along and it's like, oh, well, fuck you guys. That was pretty fucking nice. Pretty nice. And like I said, and no one even tried to fucking work with us on it. No one even messaged us and tried to work out anything. That was just nothing but hate and fucking spewing bullshit. I had fucking guys coming to me fucking almost in damn tears yesterday over this fucking bullshit. Because they know that Tommy won't fucking stand for it. They already knew. Oh, fuck. Well, they done went too far with fucking Tommy Revolution because Tommy won't. I have a firm hand about how I feel about things. I have fucking morals. I'm sorry. I have to sleep at night, guys. And me sitting around fucking stabbing people in the back and fucking working with groups that are just fucking hate motherfuckers who's always tied up in drama. Here's a question. Here's a question you can ask yourself. At all the people that's in my locker room right now, how much drama have you been in the past months in Revolution? Other than the stuff that happened with Hodgson and the tag team. When's the last time we was in drama? I'll wait. So don't try to twist this bullshit narrative where Tommy and Patrick's trying to go around and kick the fucking hornet's nest and start a bunch of fucking bullshit, because that's not what the fuck we do. We've never been that fucking way. We've tried to fucking do our thing and be peaceful for fucking years. It was the other people that refused to allow that to happen. And even when I stepped out to help WGP, the people over there shit in my fucking mouth and made me fucking regret it. That's time I took away from my family. My brand wasn't even established yet, you selfish motherfuckers. Our brand wasn't even on their fucking feet yet. I took my brand and mashed your brand together and gave it something it never fucking had. A fucking live show and fucking talent. And I didn't even get a fucking thank you. You know what I got? I got shit talked about and stabbed in the fucking back by the same people that called me brother every fucking day to my fucking face in that chat room. You're not my fucking brother. You're just like them. You're just like Chris Nichols. You're a piece of shit who's out to fucking scheme and scam and build your fucking roster. Do that shit, buddy. Do that shit. Because you've already been fucking exposed. I've got the messages to keep exposing you. Because it blew up in WGP's face. That's why WGP fell off. For the people that don't know. That was Vince that was over talking shit about Tommy and Patrick and how we were running WGP. That was James fucking Garland that sit over and talk shit about us. Even months after we were fucking gone. James Garland's over dropping fucking promos, blasting Tommy and Revolution. But then comes in my face, in my chats, on my page, on TNN, commenting on stuff. Talking and crossing to us. That's some fake ass shit that I don't fucking do. And if you are down like that, please save me the trouble and see your fake ass out the fucking door with them. Because now the same people that Vince couldn't stand, all those people over there, he couldn't stand James Garland. He couldn't stand Kaylee. Well, lo and behold, who the fuck's his admins now? Point fucking proven. Sometimes y'all really need to look at the writing on the goddamn wall and stop waiting for someone to spell it out for you. We've not worked with those guys for fucking months. There had to be some kind of real fucking reason. No one asked. You know why they didn't ask? Because the four or five guys that stayed back over there, you needed them on your roster. You needed them for a show. Oh, you might walk over there and win that piece of shit championship that they pass around that's fucking falling apart. Whichever fucking the case may be.
Tommy's pissed.
Calling you motherfuckers out. Why you sit around and bump your gums behind the fucking scenes? Tommy ain't never been that motherfucker. Tommy's been quiet for months while my brand got watered down for other fucking brands. And I never said a word. I sit around and kept my mouth shut, and I didn't even give a fuck to how much of my talent that you were fucking taking. But the moment you started running your fucking mouth about me, that's when we became enemies. The moment you started being two-handed and sly and go behind my back and try to permanently put a bug in my talent's ear that I'm a piece of shit and I'm out here causing mischief, that's when we became enemies. Before that, we really wasn't enemies, guys. And if anything, I really didn't sit around and focus on some of the fucking enemies until yesterday when you started running your fucking mouths for no fucking reason. Over a fucking very, very thoroughbred. We've never came to groups and asked y'all not to work hardly with anyone. We've never said, don't you dare go over and work with WGP or fuck you guys. Even after Vince and them shit all over us. HSP shit all over us and y'all still went over and worked. We didn't say a fucking word. Guys came to me and said, hey, Tommy, would it be a problem if I had, the Havoc Championship on my screen? Go ask Tonster Domus when I told him. I said, I have no fucking problem with it, Tonster. And that was after they shit all over us. Sometimes you don't know the whole fucking story because Tommy ain't going to sit around and spell it out for you all fucking day. And now that we're done with that shit and we're ready to put our foot down, now we're the garbage, right? We're the piece of shit guys that's not allowing groups to work amongst each other. When we're the one that introduced you motherfuckers. Oh, what? You got amnesia? You smoking some good shit that I don't fucking have? I don't know what it is. How do you think y'all two even know each other, that you exist? It was because of Revolution. We're the one that crossed the bridges for y'all. That credit really goes out to Jay Briggy and Josh Steele, if you're going to give credit to anyone as far as that goes, which were members of WGP and Revolution before FTW or HSP even fucking existed. You didn't even exist yet. I don't know how much clearer I can be. I think I pretty much made my fucking point. You don't like us? There's the door. Send us our championships. Bye-bye. Anything you got to say?
I mean, like I said, man, it's very clear. It's very clear. Revolution will not do business with groups who want to see us get tore down. This includes Voice of Honor. Again, is the VOH today the same as it was back then? I don't know. But as far as we're concerned, we need to stay as far away from each other as possible because there's nothing but drama that's going to come from it. So we stay away from them. They stay away from us. And again, I've already said, I've spoken with the higher ups within VOH. I talk to Chris Nichols more now than I have in the past. Him and I are trying somewhat, we're working on things. Again, is it ever going to be like it used to be? I don't know, probably not. But as far as Revolution and WG, or Revolution and VOH and really WGP and these other groups now, if you're going to do business with those who want to see us fail, then we don't want anything to do with you. Like, why? Why would you want to? Why would you want to work with people who want to see you fail?
How can you blame us?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, how can you blame us?
How can you hold that against us for wanting to not work with or be associated with those who want to see us fail?
Like what? Like, I just don't understand how y'all expect us to open. Why would we want to open the door to those? Why would we want to see some of our talent that's over here that we're starting to build bridges between go through their door for any fucking reason? And I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. I don't understand. I can't wrap my mind around that logic. And we're the bad guys. I just don't get it.
We're just trying to avoid drama. That's it. That's what we're doing. Trying to keep away from the drama, stay away from it, because nobody wants it. This place doesn't have a place for it here.
Yeah. Well, my messenger is always open. Just remember that. You got an issue with Tommy, you come to fucking Tommy. There's nothing that stopped anyone that was bumping gums yesterday to message me straight out. Not a one of it. Nothing but air and opportunity, motherfuckers. Know what you didn't message me because you scared about what I was about to say. You knew I was about to put some straight facts on you, and you know the truth of where you stood 3 months ago. Ain't that right, Cap? Ain't that right, WGP? You know where y'all stood not just too long ago with VOH. Just saying. That's why you didn't fucking message and say those things to me. You said it to your talent.
There's this thing too that everyone's like, well, we're not working with WG or with VOH. It's WGP versus WGP and FTW versus FTW and so on and so forth. That's how it's going to start. That's how it starts. This big show, this big pay-per-view where these multiple groups are working together, where they're only going to face each other. That's how it starts. Next thing you know, it's like, well, hey, why don't we have a little bit of cross-brand promotion? Why don't
I'm lying? Think he's lying? Go look in VOH right now. There's talent over there that didn't even know VOH existed. How the fuck they get there? How the fuck they get there? Answer me that. If they're not a threat and we don't have to worry about them, how did that talent get over there? How did that happen? Oh, that's right, because they were brought into our circle, and that's how that piece of talent got over there. I'm just telling y'all the facts. That's facts, man. All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. The wife's done with her lunch break, and I got to go back to getting the baby. So, as I said, inbox is always fucking open. Feel free anytime, Bugs. Any fucking time. You got something on your mind, you just send me a message. I'll make sure to take personal fucking time to answer it. I promise you that. Y'all have a good one. What is it we say? Oh, yeah, that's why they've always called us revolutionary. We've always been straight up and fucking honest.